As you read in both the November and December issues, Mark Tremonti is a huge MoPr fan, and his ultimate car is a '68 Charger. Well, our friend Dave Farrow found him one, made a deal come through to sell his CUDA so he could make the deal on this Charger, and brought it down to Florida for him to check out. So here he is, seeing his '68 Charger for the first time, Mark Tremonti of Alter Bridge in Creede.
Hi, my name is Dave Farrow, and this time we take you on a little journey that includes a '68 Charger, a CUDA, a Rockstar, and an old lady. Enjoy the ride.
Our story starts in 1968, when a nice couple walked into the Dodge dealership and ordered up a green-on-green '68 Charger. Surely they didn't plan on keeping the 318 Charger for 40 plus years, but as time tells, that's just what happened. Not only did they keep it immaculate, but they kept every stitch of paperwork too. In fact, the build sheet remained in its original location, tucked inside that mint interior, till I removed it just a few years back. By mint interior, I do mean mint.
Yeah, lightning does strike twice. This is my second Survivor '68 Charger. The first one was a '68 RT, autumn bronze metallic, power windows. That car had every option I could think of, a rear defogger, the stereo. It was a good little car. This is my second '68 Survivor.
I came across the car a couple years ago, and through a crazy series of events, it wound up in my stable for a little while. Till now, that is.
This time it's on its way down to Florida. It's going to be a new present for Mark Tremonti from Creede, Alter Bridge, one of the best guitarists I know.
Those of you in the know that I got a pleasant surprise of getting my '67 Barracuda back. And the only downside to that surprise was I was jammed up for garage space. 1,000 miles south of me, a guy named Mark Tremonti was just coming off a European tour with his band, Alter Bridge. Now Mark's a tried and true MoPr guy, and he had a '70 CUDA project that he was just itching for Totally Auto to finish. Meanwhile, we had just finished a well-known '68 Hemi Charger for a longtime Totally Auto fan, Annie, and she was in the mood for a '70 CUDA. 2 + 2 = 4, and before I knew it, the planets aligned, a deal was struck that had a win-win for everybody. I mean, he always wanted a '68, she was itching for a '70. For crying out loud, I just needed space in my garage. With that said, we polished up the old '68, got the trailer ready, and we headed for another 1,000-mile trip from Totally Auto in Feasterville, Pennsylvania to Orlando, Florida. It seemed like yesterday we were down here with the MoPr Tour gang with my little '67 Barracuda for the start of the Hot Rod Magazine Power Tour. But this time was different. It was truck, trailer, and a '68 Charger Survivor in tow, heading to Mark Tremonti's house in Orlando, Florida. Mark's one of the hardest working rockers out there, with 2 bands, Creede and Alter Bridge, plus a solo deal he's putting together as we speak. In fact, he was laying down tracks for that project the morning we arrived. Yet even with all that going on, he was the first one out the door for the Charger's coming home party, and the first time he laid eyes on his new buddy. And before you get to thinking rock stars don't get their hands dirty, that's Creede guitarist Eric Friedman untying the Charger and helping to guide me out. I think he was just as excited as Mark was to see this car. Yeah, that's the man himself taking the little man for their first ride and their new buddy. Hardcore Creede fans will spot songwriter and guitarist Eric Friedman in the background there snapping pictures and texting to his dad. Man, that boy really impressed me with his knowledge of MoPrs.
lost or will or not? Have we lost our hope to sorrow?
Meanwhile, it was my job to back the trailer down Mark's long and windy driveway. Yeah, that's Mark Tremonti there using a broom handle to move a trellis out of my way so I could back the trailer in. As Eric pounds away on his iPhone, showing the whole thing to 45,000 followers on Twitter. I'm guilty too, as I posted the whole thing on my Facebook page. From this angle, you can see it was no easy task getting that trailer back then. We had a CUDA and a truckload of parts to load. And load we did. I mean, when was the last time you saw a world-famous rock band sliding a CUDA across a cobblestone driveway? These guys are alright in my book. MoPr Collector's Guide readers already know that the plans for the CUDA are over the top. I mean, she has hides being harvested in Africa, being shipped off to Italy to be tanned, then to France to be stitched just so I can get them and make reclining bucket seats out of them. That's over the top. But for the rest of that story, you'll have to wait for an upcoming issue of MCG. Mark, on the other hand, is going old school cool. He's got us building a 426 Hemi, some power disc brakes, and only minor mods on what soon will become a flat black 68 Hemi Charger. And with that said, let's take a little ride with Mark Tremonti as he gets to know his new ride. Thanks for allowing us to play with your cars, man. It's an honor and a privilege. Did I mention that this was the first time the car was wet since 1974? Oops. Long may she run, my brother. That kind of concludes our coverage this month, but not without keeping a promise. It's Mark Tremonti, live from his living room. Enjoy. just in case you thought the boy couldn't rock.
I want to thank Alterbridge for allowing us to use their music in this video. Next month, it's Muscle Cars at the Mansion. That's right, Hugh Hefner is going to let us drive all over his lawn again. Until then, my name's Dave Farrow. I'll see you down the road.